So what are we doing today? Well, I've already done a few things. I've got some mulch around some of the peach trees, some of the trees from last year that we planted. We got a good deal on them, bought them at a flea market, $4 a piece. They look good. Planted them, did okay last year, had some peach leaf curl, which is a fungus. We sprayed them over the winter. So unfortunately, a lot of them died back to the root. So they're growing back up from the root. What I'm a little bit worried about, and not a big deal because I don't care about particular varieties of peaches, but sometimes the peaches are grafted onto different root stock, maybe another peach. I mean, it could be something else. But I know what's growing back is peaches. You can tell by the leaves. I don't know if it's the same kind of peach, but we'll see. I don't really care. We got some new ones. We had some that completely died, and we've got some new ones that we planted. Some of them have leafed out. Others, one, two, maybe three of them haven't leafed out yet. They're still green. This probably doesn't help. He thinks he's helping. Some of them are still green, or all of them are still green actually in the stem. So I know they're not dead. Just for some reason they're not leafing out. It could be transplant shock. You know, the peaches we got were in bags, kind of like this one here. And you know, we bought them at a flea market. So instead of paying like 40 bucks a piece of Tractor Supply, we got 5 of them for 20 bucks. So if you lose some, no big deal. But the drawback to that is, you know, they're maybe not taken care of the best. Some of the roots could have gotten dried out to an extent where it damaged the tree. I don't know. They're not dead. So I'll put some mulch around them today. And I'll flip it around here and let you see. I don't know if you can see this. This is one of the trees. It's a little drier up here, but you can see the tree is still green. So my hope is they're gonna come back. So I put some mulch on the bottom. I don't really know, there's not a whole lot that I know you can do to encourage them to leaf out. So we'll give them a few more weeks. And I do have a couple of backups. Ironically, the backups that I have are ones from last year that I thought completely died. I got them, didn't want to throw them away, put them in a pot. Lo and behold, they sprouted and they're doing great in pots right now. So those are my backups. If these look like they completely die, I'll pull these up, put the other ones in the ground. But these in pots, maybe they'll do the same thing the other ones did. Who knows? Also, I've got to clean out some weeds and stuff around some fig trees. And we'll go here. I'll show you the figs. The figs died back almost completely. I have 3. And I knew one of them wasn't dead because I could see some leaves on it. The other 2 I thought were dead. But inspecting it a little bit more, they started leafing out from the bottom. And we'll go over here and I'll show you these. All right, here's this one. From a distance, I thought it was completely dead. But if you look over here, it's sprouting up from the roots. We're gonna get this all cleaned up. And there's 2 more that I know are sprouting. This one I didn't think was. So we'll get this one all cleaned up and get the dead stuff trimmed back and see if we can get this one growing a little better. All right, fig tree number 2. You can see most of this. We cut this off last fall when it was clear that it had died. Didn't take the whole thing up because we were hoping it would do exactly what it's doing now. So we're gonna clean this bottom up here. You can see this one's got quite a few things coming up from the roots. So we'll get this cleaned up and see what it looks like. Probably cut off the rest of these dead branches here. We have our Dollar Tree snips. Paid $1.50 for these things at Dollar Tree. They're not going to do any serious work, but it's good for stuff like this. All right, so this one's in a little better shape than the other one. So you have all of these coming up from the roots. But also, if you look at these, I cut them back until you could see green. So these shoots are not dead. We may even have some stuff coming off this one. This one's dead. My Dollar Tree clippers won't cut that. So I'm gonna leave it till I get something a little more rugged that'll cut that. But I cut this one down till you see green and cleaned everything out from around it. This one actually looks pretty good. We're gonna get some mulch in just a bit, and then we'll mulch this one, we'll mulch the one over there, and we've got one more to do right there. All right, so this one's a little different here. It's got a bunch of weeds growing through it. There's not as much new growth coming from the bottom of this one, but as you can see, some of the older branches, they didn't die completely back this past winter. So we're gonna cut these back. This one here is obviously dead. We're gonna cut it back till we see some green. We're gonna clean out around it and try to get this one going again and get rid of some of the competition from the weeds. All right, so we got this one cleaned up. I'm gonna take off some of these and we'll cut it back till we see some green. And that's still alive there. This one looks pretty dead, but yeah, that one's, we'll go back till we find some green on it. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if this is exactly the perfect way to do this, but this is the way I've always done it and it seems to work. All right, I also knocked this little thing off when I was doing it. So what I'm gonna do with this is let's put this over here. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm gonna take this, cut this little bottom leaf there, cut that little leaf there, and you see the node right here. We're gonna dip this in a little hormone, and roots should form from the bottom of this. We're gonna try to regrow this into another fig tree. So this is a willow tree I planted last year. Got it at Walmart. Pretty good deal on it. It was looking kind of rough. Thought I could save it, planted it, babied it. I think it's dead. So I'm going to pull it up. I've got some other willows that I have rooted from some cuttings that I took from a tree, and maybe we'll put those there. I might put something else here. Hey, ladies. So I showed you the one dead willow tree. We have another one similar or close to that one up there. Same kind of deal, died completely back. So I'll probably replant something there. I don't know if it'll be the willow. The willows that I have that I rooted are still pretty small. So those may be on in the future. But I was going to show you this one down here. It's by the creek. I'm going to drive real slow. The pasture through here is pretty bumpy. Got a guy coming later this week. Gonna look at running the disc harrow over it to try to smooth it out a little bit. It's bumpy because it's my own fault. Borrowed a friend's tractor. I had a bush and bog. Thought it was gonna chop it up smooth. It didn't. Chopped it up really, really chunky and bumpy. And now that it's dried, it's awful. So let me get turned back over here and I'll show you the other willow tree over here. Milo, come on. He sees the chickens in the creek. All right, here's the surviving willow. It's a weeping willow, obviously. It's by the creek, as you can see. So I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot more successful here. Hey guys. Some of the young chickens that we just turned loose to free range. Probably about a month and a half old, maybe 2 months. Going down to get some water. And then I don't know if you can see over here some of the bigger chickens. Go guys, go eat all the ticks and bugs and crickets and baby snakes, whatever else you find. Wrapping up all the trees. Side note with the willow tree that was by the creek. When Maggie, the cow, comes back, we're gonna put the sheep in that same pasture. So we're gonna have to build something around that willow tree where they can't get in and try to eat it and damage it. So just wanted to mention that. Finishing up and show you my lazy helpers here. it's hard to find good help.